Hey everyone, let's be real. Most companies suck at onboarding new team members. In this video, I'm going to talk about how to onboard yourself when starting a new job as a product marketer. Welcome to my channel. My name is Mariana and I'm a product marketing consultant currently working remotely from Playa del Carmen, Mexico. I have over 12 years of marketing experience, and throughout my career, I've held a variety of positions in the field of marketing. In my past two roles, I led and started the product marketing function, and I've learned a ton of stuff that I want to share with you today. More importantly, I've learned how to successfully onboard myself in this role that most people and companies struggle to understand. Before diving in, I wanted to take a moment to reflect a little bit about the role of a product marketer. Product marketing is a cross-functional role that sits in the intersection between marketing, sales, customer success, and product. Apart from owning messaging and positioning, product marketeers are responsible for conducting training sessions for the sales team, producing sales materials, managing product launches, conducting market research, among many other things. Product marketeers deal with a lot, and it can become very stressful supporting everyone's needs if you're not onboarded correctly since the beginning. Because ultimately, what do we want? We want to be respected in our roles as product marketeers. Let me show you how. The first thing I recommend doing is to learn what's your company mission and vision. Why do you exist? Learn about the founding story and look to understand what the founder's motivation is and what kind of customer value they hope to deliver. One thing that's as important as your mission and vision is to know your product very well. I've listed a few tips here on how to approach this. Get a good product demo. And if you can get one because everyone's too busy, you can always listen to sales calls. I also highly recommend to learn to demo the product by yourself. This is the best way I found to learn the product. The next most important helpful thing to do is to identify key stakeholders. As I said at the very beginning of this video, product marketing is a very cross-functional role that requires very close collaboration with other departments. I recommend identifying stakeholders that you can rely on in each of those departments who can help you out in your journey at this company. Schedule recurring one-on-ones with them and build those relationships. Next, know your competitors. I've worked at some companies before where the founders, CEO, tend to say they don't have any direct competitors. You have to remind them that they build this product or service with a set of customers in mind to help them solve a particular problem better than some other alternatives. What or who are those alternatives? I'm sure many products or solutions will come up. From this alone, what I recommend is to build your competitive intelligence home, starting with your 5 most direct competitors. Look to identify gaps in the market, find opportunities to build solutions, and drive innovation to gain more market share. There are a few things I recommend to analyze about competitors. These would be the products they sell, how they position themselves, what their pricing model looks like, if they run any promotions, the ideal customer, or which countries do they operate in. I would also conduct an audit of their sales and marketing strategy. Things like looking at the length of their sales process, channels, what do their emails look like. Dedicate 20 to 30 minutes each quarter to check your competitor's website and marketing. Sign up for the product if it's free, or get a product demo if not. Download their ebooks, reports, white papers, check their social media following, and the type of content and content format they produce. I can guarantee from experience that most companies aren't doing this. Next step, talk to your customers. I cannot stress enough on the importance of talking to customers. You learn so much from them. Why do they love you? Why do they love your product, or service? How do they describe the service you provide in their own words, with their own language? Better understand the selection and evaluation process. Ask for introductions to customers from your own sales or customer success team. This is always the best way to start a conversation. Alternatively, you can also talk to people in your network with similar titles. When it comes to customer interviews, here are some best practices. I recommend keeping the conversation high level. Look to understand the jobs to be done. What is a job to be done? The premise is simple. Customers, they don't just buy products or services. They hire them to do a job. So look to understand for what job did they hire your product to do. Ask questions that include talking about their emotions, like what frustrates them the most, what do they love the most, what stresses them out. Questions like, if you could change one thing, what would that be? Have them like take you through like their purchase journey and see where the conversation takes you. Try not to stick to a script. Remember to record your interviews too, so you can like watch them later as many times as you need. When you join a company as their first product marketeer, many times they don't have any processes in place or any standardized ways around product announcements. Something that is expected in your first 100 days is to help bring team alignment around product launches by defining a launch plan. This launch plan is a simple framework to help guide the team in deciding what level of marketing activity and resources to put into the launch of a specific feature or product based on the potential impact to the business. This framework follows a tiered approach, and launch tiers can mean different things. For example, for bigger launches, those require more materials. You might need to coordinate these launches with outside parties, pre-brief press and analysts. You might need to work with influencers to drive awareness ahead of the launch. Bigger launches, they also require more sales training, revamping, sales collateral, and internal coordination. But I will dig deeper into this topic another time. Next, audit your content. Sales enablement is a responsibility of a product marketing role. Check for the collateral that already exists. Is there a sales deck? Have your buyer personas and value prop align with the content that you have and identify gaps in areas where you're lacking content. A great way of doing this is by talking to your top sales rep to identify those quick wins. Set up your communication channels. Because product marketing is usually a role that many people struggle to understand, it's very common to hear questions like, so what do you do? I highly recommend to be very proactive in sharing the progress you made. Set up your communication channels. A few ideas could be an internal monthly newsletter, your own Slack channels, or hosting a bi-weekly enablement huddle with the sales rep to gather feedback on sales collateral or marketing initiatives. After doing all the previous work, by now, you should know your product or service pretty well and have a pretty good understanding about your competitors and why your customers picked you. A quick win would be to build some sales Battlecards for your sales team. Start with those 2 to 3 direct competitors and look to provide intel around why you win versus why you lose against this competitor. What are the key differentiators in terms of price, speed, security, support, integration with other apps, recent wins, and recent customers that switch from this competitor. Lastly, and not because it is less important, put your positioning on paper. Putting your positioning on paper really helps to create one source of truth for the entire organization. And as your positioning will change over time, it's a great way to keep an historical record of all your positioning angles. A book about messaging and positioning that I highly recommend reading is Obviously Awesome, How to Nail Product Positioning So Customers Get It, Buy It, Love It, by April Dunford. It's a great book. And that is all, folks. To recap, we covered mission and vision, why do you exist, know your product, and learn to do a demo, identify and build relationship with key stakeholders, know your competitors, talk to your customers, define a launch plan, audit your content to identify gaps and quick wins, set up your communication channels, and remember to be proactive about communicating the progress you make, create Battlecards for the sales team, and put your positioning on paper to create one source of truth. Thanks for watching. My name is Mariana. I'm a product marketing consultant. If you like this video, please subscribe to my channel. And I would love to hear your thoughts, comments, or opinions about everything that I have shared today in the comment section below. See you soon. Bye-bye.